yeah. That's how we do it, Eagles Red Boxing. Y'all know what's up. Yeah, Eagles here. Yeah, we're not gonna be here long. Don't worry about it. So I gotta start shortening up everything. I don't even know how I end up being late today. Well, I know how. It's not really late, but this stupid anytime I try to get on early, then I have to log in all over again, start everything all over again because no cam doesn't have no camera working. So if the camera's not working, chances are the mic wasn't gonna be working. Hmm, that's crazy. I was watching some of the championships, the boxing. I love that track and field. So now I got to root for Noah Lyles on this 200 because he got the 100, man. I was surprised. He actually surprised everybody. He definitely surprised me because I thought maybe he might get a second or third at best. But yeah, see, world now got that world title now, and he's gonna be favored in that 200. You got people making up excuses why they lost or whatever. No, he's just better that day. He's really fast. I think he's a lot faster even than what he shows in the 100. There's just parts of his race where he doesn't get that final speed, but he can hold his speed a lot longer than these other athletes. If he gets out like in the 100 meters when he runs that 200, I don't think nobody's gonna really catch him. You know, we're gonna see how it is, man. People still, even Gary Russell is talking about the Earl Spence. Everybody's talking about something was wrong with Earl, but I don't even care. It's like you lost, and I felt that way, but I just don't like to, you know. You say too much and everybody's you taking credit away. They get so sensitive that you taking credit away from somebody. I'm like, no, you got the W, man. What you want? And I wasn't say I'm not saying it. But a lot of people are saying it, but I wasn't. I'm not saying it the way that like a lot of other people are saying it. I'm just saying it for his health. I'm not saying it for an excuse. A lot of people are just saying it like he could have did better. Yeah, I mean that part of it's true, but I'm not even concerned about that part of it. That's why I brought it up in the first place because I wasn't concerned about that part of it. I was concerned about the part about him, about his health. Man, come on. We lose too many fighters because of bad health. hope you understand what I said when I say bad health. I don't mean that I mean help their health from boxing. Yep. And just let y'all know that if you football fans, yeah, you guys are in preseason now. I think it's second week. I think I'm not 100% sure. Week 2, I think. Yeah. So looking out for that now. Well, we're at 23. We're in 23 right now, huh? So that means we're gonna have an early Olympics, man. We're gonna have Olympics next year. I don't even know when. I don't even know where it's gonna be at. You guys know where the Olympics gonna be at? Salute to Derek Bailey and Gil Coles. Salute, brothers. Do you guys know where the Olympics gonna be? I think we got the Olympics coming up too, man, next year, huh? So yeah, I'm going with Noah Lyles on this 200, man. Hope he can get that done. Now I'm hearing that Frank Martin. I seen something. I'm not. It's not from me. You guys are hearing it from me, but it's not my sources. It's just something I just peeped that Shakur's will be fighting Frank Martin. That'd be a good fight. I think Shakur will probably win at this stage, but I don't know because Martin just didn't have a great showing the last fight, and Shakur is a better boxer than the other guy that fought him. He wasn't letting his hands go like he should, but he probably will against Shakur. But it could be different ways though, because it could be like Shakur tries to box him up, and then his defense is not as good against Martin. I don't know, but I see Shakur probably winning that now. I had it more, maybe, like more of a draw, but now I probably got Shakur, maybe a majority decision, something like that. I don't know what you guys feel about it. I just I was working out at the over on the coast yesterday. I ran into one of Mike Tyson's chefs from back in the day when Mike was before he was champ. So I ran into one of his, and we talked for a while. I don't even know how we ended up talking about boxing, and all of a sudden then I found out who he was. I'm like, okay, so that was his chef before he was a champ. That's when he was with Custom Model. So I met him the other day. That's pretty cool because you never know who you're gonna run into yet. Because he was talking about, I don't know, we ended up talking about Vegas and stuff. I said, yeah, I'm supposed to go back out there, something, probably next month or, I think DB mentioned October, so it might be a good time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, or somebody will figure it out. Yeah. You said so. Spencer Thurman is happening now. I'm not even sure. Gil Cole said Derek Bailey word. He want Keefe to come get something. I don't even know, man. Cause what happened to this? What happened to the Clarissa Shields thing? You know, I'm telling you guys, that's the worst thing that I have to do is when I have to come in here and talk to you guys about boxing, or I have to uh, tell you guys about a fight that's not going to happen. It's not good. I don't. That's why I stopped reporting as much on boxing. It's hard to like. If we don't watch fights, it's hard for us to just come up with anything. If we didn't just watch a fight, it was a great fight. Did you guys? Was any of the fights that you guys looked at? Did you guys feel any of the fights over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, was great fights or whatever? I thought this whole Spence thing, this Spence and Crawford thing, was supposed to, start bringing us in like big fights and shit. I don't, man. This shit's over. It's becoming real weird. Yeah. Okay, Derek went over for 9. He said that's what I saw for 9, but he said who knows. They said Spence need a fight before the rematch. He don't need no fight. He gonna just lose again if he come in there. If he come in there weak like he was last time, I think he just if he because what I seen he just wasn't him. A lot of people are seeing the same thing I seen, but he should just move up. If he's gonna come in weak like that, his body's he finally just completely outgrown 147. He better try to get a Blu-ray back with him or something. Man, I don't know. Better try to get somebody back with him. Thurman should beat her. He said Thurman should beat her ass. She is really delusional. Yeah, she's talking too much. Yep. Derek said I didn't see any of the fights. So Derek's out there grinding like me. We work. Hey Derek, we out there working, man. I'm trying to get some business ventures done. So I got to stay busy because there's people I need to talk to about certain stuff. It's like, wow, I'm trying to do some pretty big things, man. It might not be big in some people's eyes, but for me, it's pretty big things. So hopefully, we can get these. I can get some stuff done. No, we won't stay that long today. I got to keep my attention out here now, Derek, because as you know, where I'm at is quite a ways from San Diego. It's like going through like 1 or 2 states to get to where I'm at. That's how California is really big. People don't understand how big California is. Because when they look at it, this looks like it's just like a little coastline state. It's not. It's coastline, mountains, desert. It's everything. I don't even really think they depict it properly on the maps. This state is freaking huge. I don't even think they like when they do the land. I don't even think they measure the land in California as much as I really don't. Because even LA is like 40 something square miles. That's for one city. 40 something square miles for LA. You know what I mean? So I just don't think they measure this land over here properly because it goes to Mexico. And then it goes all the way up north. It's like, man, that's like freaking 500 miles or something like that. It's huge. Like you drive for a long time. If you start at the top of California, go down, you drive to the bottom. It's taking you more than all day. I see you down there, brother. Bruce Gasbox Jazz and more is in the house. He said, salute brother at Eagles Wear Boxing. Plus, I never watched the DAZN cards. Here, Derek said, no, I ain't watching that. I ain't watching DAZN. Derek, militant ass Derek Bailey. By all means necessary, my brother. Derek Bailey and Gil Cole's salute coming out from Bruce. Call your boy for the... Derek said, call your boy for a lone eagle. I'm not messing with them, man. I'm trying my best to stay at a certain spot, Derek. And plus, I'm trying to get it myself. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't want certain people involved with what I do, man. That wouldn't be a good move. And plus, that wouldn't be a good move. Derek Bailey says, salute to Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. No, that wouldn't be a good move for me, brother. Like, believe that. That wouldn't be a good move. So this is August. Now, I got the leak. But if you guys probably heard within the last 24 or 48 hours, is they about to put us back on that bullshit Let me see. Do I have any props? I don't have any props here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They about to do this to us again. So in order for me not to say too much, I'm just gonna do this. You guys, hopefully, you guys know what this is. They're about to do this to us again. And on top of that, another so-called, I'm not trying to start, I'm not trying to get in trouble. Another so-called that this is supposed to be superior to the last time they did it to us, and also it should be lasting about 5 years. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be street. I'm not gonna be on this forum, with that mess going on for that long. I'll probably just shut it down and do something else. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, to get prepared for it, this is one of my superfoods that I told you guys about last time. So this is what I do. It's called Spectacular. So I do this one. Make sure your iron is up. Vitamin C and zinc. Make sure you guys do that. Yep. Okay. Oh, Gail says, what he said, what the hurricane do over there? He said, my brother in L.A. And he said they barely got any rain. Some spots, like right now, I think is really heavy in San Diego. Some parts of I just described L.A. L.A. is like 40 something, damn near 50 square miles. So it's not like most cities is like really compact. It's really wide. So some parts are going to be flooded and it's going to be damaged real bad. And then some people are going to be sitting out there acting like nothing happened. That's just so it's like it's like the what do you call it? It's what they call the luck. It's the luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. That's the quinine. The tonic water. That's that quinine. See? And these come in the little cans like this. So you don't have to waste any. You don't have to get one of the big bottles. So it's better because you're gonna waste it anyway. So it's better to get these little ones. This is, let me see. I think it's 7 or 6. What did I say? Because you're not gonna be able to find this like in the pills. So it's better to just get this one because this one doesn't have the sugar. So it's better to get this one. This is 7.5. That's enough. Yep. No, so yeah, so the quinine. So you get the quinine in this. But make sure you go ahead and get them now. A lot of times they're on sale. Just go ahead and stack these up and make sure you get you a good zinc and some vitamin C. And then you guys don't have to be worried about, you guys don't have to worry about it, But make sure you're going to have to overdo it this time, though. You can't go light. You can't, like on this, and the zinc, you can't miss. The vitamin C, after you build it up, you can miss a couple of days. But this, you got to do this every day. So you got to do this with the zinc every day. And you're not going to catch none of that stuff. You're not going to get the sore throats. You're not going to get none of that. But if you miss this one, if you miss the zinc, I'm not saying you can't miss any, but it's better to have it as a routine. Like even if you did like 4 days a week or 5 days a week, it's better to make sure you have a routine. You know what I mean? Because I heard they're going to pull that bullshit on us in October. And this is just some stuff I heard, YouTube. Don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to report some things that, if it's hearsay, it's just hearsay. I'm not saying anything is factual. But I don't trust nobody, so of course, if I think it's hearsay, I'm still going to take care of myself. I'm not going to sit there and just wait until, oh yeah, what happened? And act like I didn't know. They didn't tell us. Man, I was out there late. It was like 90. It was over 90 degrees at 11 o'clock, 11:30, something like that. And I was out there washing my car at night, just for us to get some of that storm. So even where I'm at, so how spread out this thing is, I still got some of the. We got like a lot of rain. It was raining real heavy, like with like a couple hours ago. It was raining pretty real, really heavy. So we got the rain. I wasn't even expecting that after I done washed a white car, So it's full of mud, not right now. So yeah, Derek said not me. Talking about Derek always be on. Derek always be on that. Oh, yeah, you go contact your boy Eagle. So that's what it is. So it's quinine. So you're not probably once this shit hits, you won't be able to get the. You can try to get the pills if you want to, or the capsules, but it's people. A lot of people know already, so they're buying. People are, people are like hoarders. People care about themselves so much. Like even me, I won't go get like 10 cases of this. You know what I mean? I'll just look out like. Hopefully the store has some. I'll get a couple. Even if I got a case or two, but I wouldn't go in there and try to get every one they have. Just like with the pills, you're gonna have people that try to get every last pill that they can get. Well, just order 2 cases of them. Why? Because they really care about their life so much more than anybody. Like, oh, you care about me? I'm just looking out for me. No, let somebody else have an opportunity. You're gonna just trust that that you're gonna be able to find some before you run out. But if you have everything, now you have everything. Everything's over with, and now you're stuck with all this extra. Just like when people ran out and got toilet paper. Like, damn, you guys got 400 rolls of toilet paper. Why? Stop eating. Gil Cole said Bruce, and then Derek Ray said, "What is that?" Yeah, that's what it is. It's quinine. But I said get the Q. The reason I have the Q brand, the Q, is because the Q don't have sugar. It has a sweetener. It has agave, which is natural. That's what they make tequila out of. Yep. Derek, you already know, Derek. Already. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Derek said Hillary. And figured they put the name Hillary and she ended up on the wrong coast. Come on now. Y'all gotta start thinking for yourself and don't think everything conspiracy. Because if you live somewhere where they don't have hurricanes and you have a hurricane, you're not thinking that something happened. This thing if Florida just started having a bunch of earthquakes, y'all be tripping like wait a minute, something's wrong. Yeah, what category was the hurricane when it hit? I think it was still a 3, something like that. I think the highest it was 4, but I think that was it. Okay, so Bruce is old school. He said I add echinacea and golden seal to that stack. That's the one thing that you said. I agree with that. Like the echinacea, like the golden seal. I'm not sure if that's man made or not, but the echinacea, yeah, that's one. Yeah, so Bruce is right on that one, and also another one, if you can get it. So get it now. So go get your elderberry right now while it's cheaper. Right now it's gonna be cheaper. The elderberry. It's expensive. Well, I say cheaper. I didn't say cheap. It's expensive. But you don't want to get a bag of them. You don't want it to go up to like 15, 20 bucks. It's going to be a lot. But good information. Bruce gave out some more information. But these are the 3 that you need, though. You need the vitamin C, you need the zinc, and you need this. Those are the 3 that you definitely need. The other stuff, like Bruce says, it enhances and slows the process down even more if you got sick. Yeah, golden seal, but even some of the herbs they made too, though, brother. Man has synthesized and made a lot of things that we don't understand. I have to get somebody next year, so early next year. So let me show you guys something. Let me see if I can draw it up. I think I got 2 of these. Article, statement, I better keep that there. I'll write on something else. Okay, I got this. So I'm gonna show you guys something. So this is for educational purposes, and if you guys don't, if somebody's visiting, if you don't like it, you just don't like it. Simple as that. Yeah. Bruce, stop being hard-headed, brother. I said I understand what you're talking about. I said, but still, I said some of these things are not. They're still actually man-made. So I'm doing this. I'm gonna show you guys this. You guys know what these are, so this excuse my drawing a little bit, but you guys get the gist of what I'm doing, and that's all I want you to get, okay? Because I'm giving you an example just to show you. I want to be able to show you. Um, Now I'm putting these stripes on this, but I just want to show you something, and hopefully you understand what I'm getting at when I show you, and you're gonna get this. I mean, you're gonna see the difference now. And I don't want nobody. I don't want you guys. Don't try to contact me until, because I'll let you guys know, like, if we're still around, let you guys know early next year on this, because I'm gonna try to get somebody to. I got to get somebody to grow these for me. Um, where I'm gonna show it to you. And get somebody to grow these for me. Now I got fortunate because you guys remember I told you guys last year that there was a wild watermelon that came underneath my fence, that grew underneath my fence. Now check these out. So this is what we usually look at when we go to the store, as far as watermelon. So I don't know if you guys are on the phone or computer, but look at that. So that's normally what you see like in a watermelon, but that has been like modified, hybrid and everything else. So I got some seeds that actually grow this one. It's not all sweet like the other one, but you see the difference? If you look at the difference here, let me show you again. You see the difference? This one here has sections. All around each one of those little sections is red, and around those are white. So they got like 5, 6 different sections. So this here, that's a real watermelon. But they never taught us that. So we grew up with these. No matter if they're pink, red, or what are pink, yellow, or orange. That's what we grew up with right there. But that's not the original. This is the original. And so the reason I'm telling you that is because I got some seeds from the original. But I got to make sure that they germinate. So don't be asking me, don't be saying, "Ego, send me some of those seeds." So I have to make sure that these seeds, that they're fertile, that they, hopefully they are. Hopefully that they are. And I'll start them off in little pots. If I can start them off in little pots, and I'm not going to be sending out, like, you don't be asking for 10, 20 of them. I don't have that many of them. And everybody's probably going to want them. But I will send you guys at least 4. Not being cheap, because it's going to grow into a lot of them. But you just got to make sure that you start them off small, and then put them in something big afterwards. Put them out in the yard or something afterwards. Okay? So I'll do that. But it'll be the first time you guys actually had the real watermelon. A lot of people don't know. You shop and you buy stuff. You say, okay, that's what traditional. That's what ever since you was little. That's what you went and ate. But we didn't know that they was messing with all the fruit and stuff. We didn't know that. Yep. Look at Bruce. He's like, this is natural detoxifying herb. Golden seal is a root. Yeah. Golden seal. Make a nice tea. Natural expectorant. Yep. And I know about the expectorants, and you have some. And actually, what you mentioned, the echinacea is more of a suppressant. It's a suppressant. Now, What people don't know also, Bruce, is that the number one fruit that you can actually uh, that you can have is natural wild grown grapes. And to be honest, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I always thought that too because they're mentioned in the Bible and everything else. But those grapes are huge on antioxidants. The ones with the seeds, you got to eat them. You got to chew up everything. You got to eat. You eat the seeds and everything. Those are really good. They get all the. It gets parasites. It does everything, man. Flush your body out. You know, it's good for the blood. You got a lot of iron. And you should have known that anyway, because they always told you that raisins had a lot of iron, right? But raisins are nothing but grapes. So it's like, how could raisins have more iron than grapes? They're essentially the same thing, but without the water. Duh. They're not sweeter than regular watermelon. No, Gil, they're not. They're not sweeter, brother. Any kind of probably the darker the better. Derek, like I would say like the red, purple, all the way to black. If you can find them, get them now. I got some seeds too, but I don't even know if they're any good, but I got some seeds too. So I'll probably grow those I'll probably grow those indoors and then just put them outside. Yeah, I kept some of those too. I got those, and I got some other seeds. But I kept the ones that I felt that was real essential, like the watermelon. That's pretty essential because you get your water and stuff. But no, Gil, they're not. Those aren't sweet, and they have a lot like that part I showed you, like this part, like the part that goes around each little section with the seeds on it. Those little parts in there, that's all white around there. It's like little sections like this. It's like little sections, and it has this. Each little. It's like somebody took and put sections in there, put seeds here, and then put some white around it. You know, almost like the inside of a grapefruit. You know how they have the outside that thick white around the grapefruit? It's just like that. It's like little sections. It's not just all flesh. Like the ones we're used to eating, they're just all flesh. They're all flesh. No. I was going to bring you guys some good information. I'm not going to try to, I'm not that type of person. Some people would be like, I have the original this, I have the original that. F everybody. And they want $1,000 per seed or something like that. I mean, yes, probably if somebody saw me growing those, I probably could make a lot of money off of them. But I'm not even into that kind of stuff, man. I give free information out. I can't stand people that, you know, I can't stand people that try to make money off of poor people. I'm poor. Still poor. I'm not in the top 0.5% or 1%. I don't think. Well, I'm not in the top 1. Something like that. Top 10. Yeah. But you so silly. Gil said if it's not sweet or why is it? But I'm not talking about better like it just tastes better because it's sweet. Everything that's sweet ain't that good, Gil. That's why they bred the oranges and stuff to be sweet, brother. Oranges didn't used to be orange like that. They used to be green. They still got some variety of oranges that's green. No, they're not supposed. When your fruit is supposed to be, you're supposed to have a certain amount of sweetness. Some fruits are very sweet, but some fruits aren't. Most fruits are not real sweet. Most fruits aren't sweet like that. Yeah, they're not as sweet. But they're better because they have all the other stuff. They got all they have different, phytonutrients in there because even the structure of the watermelon, even because of the structure, it's not just all flesh. Could you imagine, because think about it, because remember bananas, before they start getting hybrid and before they cloned them out, because all the bananas that Americans eat is cloned, you can see where the seeds used to be. Now, believe it or not, you can actually still use those seeds. You could scrape, even though those you almost can't even see the seeds, you can still use them. But remember, those seeds used to be a lot bigger. Those seeds in the bananas used to be full of seeds. And now you don't get any. There's a few varieties, or you can go to certain islands and you can get real bananas. Same thing with the grapes. Come on. You know good and damn well what no such thing as no cotton candy grapes. Get out of here. Cotton candy grapes? Think about how far back cotton candy goes. Does cotton candy go back thousands of years? No. Stop. But people fall for all that. And now the kids hate seeds. They're like, oh, I don't want no fruit with seeds. It's like, you keep eating that unseeded stuff, you're going to end up being unseeded. So everything is just, like I said, you're not a hummingbird. You don't need everything to be that sweet. I don't know how much energy you got, but I doubt if you're still just running around like crazy, like 24/7. Nobody, I mean, once you become grown, you don't run around like that unless you're just an athlete or something like that. There's, playing sports, then you have to. But then even they take all kinds of supplements and everything else. They take that pre-workout and all that. And that stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work like the natural fruits and stuff like that. That pre-workout, you take pre-workout, I guarantee it's not going to work 2 weeks for you. It's going to work about a week, and after that, you're going to have to be on it and then off of it, on it, off it. Look, Gil said, he said, cotton candy grapes are delicious. Gil, it's not about, would you stop it? Gil, it's not about everything being so delicious. You sound like my mom. She always, my sister, they always think everything got to be so delicious for it to be good for you. Good for you and good is two different things. Good for you means your body appreciate it. Good means that your taste buds appreciate it. You know? A lot of people don't get that part. Yeah, but good for you is different than just good. Oh, that shit tastes good. They used to have that, remember that beer commercial? Less filling tastes good. It's because that's what they work off of. That's how they sell all this new stuff. Like the Trulies and what's the other one? The White Claw, and now they got I'm not advertising this stuff, I'm just mentioning it. Now they got the Sunny D. And what I'm saying, these are all alcoholic beverages. But they're not targeted to people who likes like a fine brandy or a fine bourbon or a nice scotch. It's not fashion for them. It's fashion for people just coming up that haven't really drank, that they snuck alcohol and they not used to drinking. So now all this stuff is marketed. You guys know I'm in marketing and advertising, right? So it's marketed towards them. And so sometimes I market stuff like that sometimes too. And so I know who it's for. I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. Now, my audience, I can't specify that when I'm advertising it, because I have to go with the protocol of unknown caller. I have to go with the protocol of the advertisement. Let me see. Oh, they hung up already? Just sent them a message, that's all. I get these phone calls like all day long. I just don't have time for it. But I didn't, plus I did not say that I never tried them, because you still get to the point where you still want to try this like new stuff. But when I really started noticing this, when was that? I noticed it it's a store called Trader Joe's. And I think that's when I first started noticing the vegetables. Like when I really sat down and like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm like, I've never seen purple cauliflower. Because they had the purple cauliflower, they had the yellow cauliflower, whatever, the orange cauliflower, the light green cauliflower. And I was like, wait a minute, how did I in my life never see any of these different varieties and stuff? So, and then you start putting two and two together. But what you do, brother, I tell you, the best thing for you to do, Gil, this is how you search that, Gil. Like those grapes that you love, this check, but don't do it too intelligently. With those grapes, you probably can do it intelligently, but some of the searches you do, don't do them too intelligently. Don't do them to where you're not gonna get no results. So you have to put something like, where did cotton candy grapes come from? But put it like this: where did my cotton candy grapes? I'll do it right now. Let's see. I'll do it right now too. Might as well. Let's see if I can do it. You put this up. So we'll just do that. We'll do it for the experiments. Where did my Okay, so I put why. I said, where did my cotton candy grapes come from? Um, because if you do it too intelligently, you're not gonna get the answers because they know what you're doing. They know that you're trying to pry. So here's what it says. It says the grapes were developed by horticulturist David Kane. So now you know that these grapes, cotton candy cane grapes, they came from David Kane, cotton candy. So in his in his team in Bakersfield, California, he said base fruit breeders, listen, Fruit Breeders International, Fruit Genetics, IFG. So it's International Fruit Genetics. The grapes are produced in California by Grower Grapery, which began selling them in 2011. Now, if you go down, it says, are they artificial? According to Grapery, the vineyard responsible for the unique strain is as natural as they come, no added sugar flavoring or even GMOs. The flavor is described as vanilla and caramel without the tartness to harsh the cotton candy fantasy. Okay? So they just let you know. So right here it says International Fruit Genetics. So you know that they are genetically, they're trying to tell you they're not GMO, but they are genetically maybe not to their standard where they say GMO, but they are actually a made grape. So if they would have been around, I know you're older than 2010, right? Derek is, how old are you now, Derek? 2? So they were made in Derek's 8 years after Derek was born. And then I got another thing. It says the cotton candy grape is a fairly recent addition to the world of table grapes. It was created in a lab. And then they see how they see this is trickery. They said it was created in a lab, but it's not genetically modified. So let's go back to the term that I was using before when we first started. I said hybrid. So a lot of these things are hybrid. But when you guys go to look for these things, do not look for them with intelligence. Don't look for them because your searches aren't going to come out. Use stuff like I heard. That's what you write. Like I heard. You actually write that word because it's going to recognize it. I heard that. Let's say, for instance, broccoli is hybrid. Let's do that. So good. It's a good thing we're learning a little bit. So this, but don't do it too. If you do it like a smart ass, like you're a scientist, then you're not gonna get no results. I don't even know how to spell it. Somebody, Derek, how you spell broccoli? Is it A or? I just can't spell it, man. Okay. Oh, that's probably even better if I don't spell it right. Yeah, that's probably better. Because if you do too much, yeah. Okay, so it's just showing me. See, By me just putting down that I heard that, it's like it doesn't want to. Okay, here we go. So down here, 7 unusual tasty. So yeah, it says yeah. Even getting into it, one of the most commonly grown hybrids out there is broccolini, sometimes called broccoli. Okay, so they got broccolini, broccoli. So I guess my search, because I heard, then it's not gonna give me the results. So if you guys look for it, don't look for it the way I just looked for it, because it's talking about broccolini and everything else. It doesn't want it. It's trying not to tell me. Brocco. So it's saying that brocco flour, the one I told you guys about, that's the one that's mixed with cauliflower. That's that light green one I seen. Let me see, when was that one made? So I don't know how we got on these foods, but broccolini and broccoli. So they changed the name of broccoli. They put it BROK ROKALI. So the process started. I think the process started. I thought the process started from wild kale, but then I heard from somebody else that it started from wild mustard. So it started from wild mustard, and then with the kale, and so all of these, all of those are, um, all of those come from like the kale, like the broccoli, the cauliflower, the Brussels sprouts, all this, and they got this one Celtus. So a lot of them are coming from like the kale, kuka melon. So they're even mixing some melons in with that. They got a new one called rabbage, and not cabbage. I haven't even heard. Have you guys heard of that one? Let me see. Have you guys heard of any of these? Rabbage instead of cabbage, RABBAGE, rabbage, and kale lettuce, which is kale lets, and then you got kuka melons, which is water. It's a watermelon cucumber hybrid, and I don't know what the Celtus. So, like I said, you guys can find all this stuff, but it's the way that you have to look at it. Don't look at it like, if you look at it intelligent, they're not gonna allow you to find it. If you look at it like you're a scientist or something like that, you won't find it. But if you look at it like, like if you put, even if you use that word, if you put I wonder where kale came from, and then you'll get the answers. But if you say it like intelligently, they're not gonna give it to you. Derek say mustard greens. Yeah, you're laughing. So you guys ain't heard of none of that. Rabbage? Are you kidding me? You want to find out what rabbage is? Let's find out what the hell rabbage is. It sounds like rutabagas. What and rabbage? Let me see. What is rabbage? What? Let's see what it is, Derek. That was the funniest one. I'm gonna go with that one. I figured out the other one, but I couldn't figure out what rabbage was. Nah, it's saying cabbage, but rabbits. Okay, so what does rabbage look like? So rabbits, see, it's not. It won't. Okay, so I'm sorry, no, I couldn't. Nah. So that might be what it is. It might be kohlrabi and cabbage. It won't even tell me, Derek. It won't tell me what rabbage is. So rabbage must be real. It must be really new. I'm looking at all it comes up. All I come up with cabbage. I'm like, what the heck is rabbage? So how do I find rabbage? Okay, let me try again. Okay, you know what that was? That was Bing. Sometime Bing don't know. Let's go back to Google. Let's see if Google knows, because it doesn't know. I'll tell y'all what it looks like. Let's do what does rabbits look like? Okay, let's see if we can get it. Okay. No, it's still coming up with cabbage. So it's too new. It's too new to the internet, so it's not really. They're not showing no pictures of it. So yeah. So we just got to wait until we get the results. Mess me too. But actually, that first one I did have a picture of it. Just thinking about it. What was my search when I looked for that? So it did. Okay, so it's like seven new hybrids of kale. So I'll do it that way. Kale varieties. Yeah, so we lost it, man. Shit, we had it at first. So we did have I did have actually a picture of the rabbits, but then messing around and searching too much, searched a little bit too much, and then it just took everything away from me. And so now I end up with all these different kales and stuff. But that other one, so the cucumber, what was it? The other one was cucumber mixed with watermelon, the cabbage. We had the kale, rabbage. That's a crazy name, rabbage. But I'm quite sure if you do some more searches on it, you'll probably be able to find it. Yeah. Okay. I'll go back to my original. My original was cotton candy. Who made? Okay, there we go. So who made cotton candy grapes? So maybe it'll pull up the same thing. So David Kane, and then we can go down. Things I didn't know. Why they taste like candy? So in other words, they're not calling them. So this is what I told everybody. I told you guys this before. So before they started saying GMO, they used to say hybrid. So everything was hybrid. So they're mixing up the categories. So these are considered hybrids. So are they really safe? You guys, that's up for you guys. You guys can figure that out. If you feel like they're safe, then then they're safe. I'm just giving you guys information. I'm not trying to spoil your day. I'm not trying to take your cotton candy grapes away from you or nothing like that. So if you want your cotton candy grapes, go ahead and eat them. I'm letting you become aware of that they are modified and they are made in a lab. So that's all the information I'm trying to give you. I'm not slapping your hand. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna eat me some cotton candy grapes. They good. Okay, well you do that, brother. I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna get mad if you go out and eat rabbits, which the internet don't even want. They don't even want to tell you what the rabbage is. So what's the I'm gonna get me some rabbits. But that's actually a cool thing to do. You guys just can celebrate. You guys can go online and get some books, and you can find. And when you start finding out how many plants are actually hybrid, you're gonna start shaking your head like, wow, everything is man-made, and that helps us to get sick. Derek want to know about the greens. What was the first greens you said? Did you say 2 greens or just that one? Derek, yeah, I want to. Hey, what about the mustard greens? Derek said, nope. We got yellow watermelon down here. Yep. Never heard of cotton candy. Derek never heard them. You heard Gil say they're good. Okay, let me see, Derek. It is Derek, but I'm gonna look anyway. I think turnip greens are the ones. Turnip greens, Derek, are the natural ones. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so looks like they're natural, Derek. It says so. Mustard greens are native to India. The first varietal differentiation of mustard greens was cultivated in China near Szechuan. So mustard greens have been naturalized throughout the northern hemisphere from Japan to Europe to South and North America. So they started in India. Yeah, so India, so we got that. So now we know where they come from. Yeah. So it's always good to know where your food come from. So I guess so they are. A lot of people don't. So, okay, so here's the thing. Even if they start a certain place, doesn't mean that they're not hybrid. And here's the point. So in order not to be hybrid, it's probably, if they're domestic, they're probably hybrid. But at least if you eat the mustard green, so they're a good choice there. So if you eat the mustard green, at least that's why they have that kind of a kale look. I love mustard greens, man. Um, so if they have that certain look, that little wrinkled look, because their wrinkled collard greens are more, looks like more like elephant ears, but more rounded. But these, so wild mustard, which would probably be the green part. So wild mustard greens is where everything else came from. So I would say mustard greens themselves is probably a step down from wild mustard. So I would say that the health benefits, I would say of mustard greens is probably a lot better than any of the other greens that step down. So mustard greens, this is my opinion. The mustard greens would probably be better than like the kale. It's gonna be better than like the broccoli. What's the little small one? Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and cauliflower, and it's gonna be better than all of those. So Derek got a good choice. So Derek, like I ain't gonna be losing out on my ain't gonna be losing out on my mustard greens, man. I don't care about the collards. Hey, Lala D, I see Lala D. Guess what? I knew you was gonna come in for some reason because I seen some hearts going up earlier. I said, what is hearts doing going up? But I said Lala D must be there because I was on another page. But now you are here. But salute out to Lala D. She's being nice to me today. She said, Sante, I got my hearts in there, brother. Lala D said, Shakari won. Did she win? Oh, man, good. I'm glad she won, man. She's getting such a hard time. Did Noah Lyles run? Oh, okay, that's the 100. 10.65 is a good time. That's a good time. She needed to run that 10.65 to win. You know Noah Lyles won the 100 already, so I'm looking at him probably to double too, Lala D. He's probably going to end up doubling. Yep. Gil calls that Derek Bailey. Get you a bag of them cotton candy. Gil said, get you a bag of them cotton candy grapes, Gil, Derek. He said he love them. I'm just trying to help y'all to be more healthy. I don't care. You guys love. Okay, Win, don't start no trouble over here. I'm not trying to be on here in the middle of a storm now. But yeah, so I'm just trying to tell you guys, I'm trying to teach you guys so you guys would, well, at least know that the stuff came from, hybridization. Yeah, but I'm gonna get those watermelons out there, man. Yeah, so hopefully that the seeds are good and they grow, and I'll send you guys the seeds. You guys are gonna have to probably wait until next season. I don't want to send them now, even though I will probably start one. I will probably see if one of them grows now, but it might not make it until like the winter, because we're August, so August. I think they take 2.5 months or so. So August or September, October. I can still make it, because figure I'm in California. So anyway, yeah. Lottie said I'll try to come back out of work. Bruce Gas again. He said the weed I'm smoking is hybrid 70-30, predominantly indica. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really, I don't bother you guys about the weed, but to understand that weed has been manipulated, so that's why you guys love it so much, because do you know that weed used to be a lot less as far as on the THC? There was more hemp than anything. But now the way they mess with it, they put a lot of THC in that weed now. I would be a lightweight if I did smoke. I couldn't smoke like that. I mean, the old stuff I probably could smoke, a half an ounce. I don't know how. It all depends on what strain it is. I remember I used to be able to smoke like a lot. A lot wouldn't even bother me. I'd be asking everybody, "You be going to get another one?" They'd be like, "Not." They wouldn't want it. But most strands knock me out. Yeah, most strands I can't handle. Yeah. So seedless watermelon, like a lot, it's not really. It doesn't have to be GMO. Because I don't want to kill that word. I don't want the word to be like. I don't want it to be too stigma. I don't like the word. I don't like things. If it says GMO, I don't mess with it. Before I answer that question, listen. My favorite pretzel Derek Bailey, is called Snyder's. If I eat any of that wheat stuff, if I eat pretzels, Snyder's is my favorite pretzel. But now if I look on there, it says bioengineered. I don't mess with it. Some of the ingredients are bioengineered, just like we said earlier. From that was that what was it, IFC? Hmm? So when they, you know, genetically mess with the food, even if they don't call it GMO, they still mess with it. So back to Bruce. So Bruce, what they do is you take one breed of watermelon and you breed it with another breed of watermelon. And what happens is because of that mixed breed, it doesn't allow the next generation of watermelon to reproduce. It's like, what is it? Like a mule, right? Is it the mule or the donkey? One of them can't. I think the donkey is the one that can't breed. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing that happens with animals happens with plants. Sometimes you can breed, you crossbreed plants, it'll have a lovely fruit, but in the terms of the religious terms, it's more like if it's an animal, it's an abomination. So maybe if a fruit, maybe it's abomination too. So those fruits, they don't reproduce, and so that's why they become seedless. So Bruce goes. So he said, now it's through the roof. He says, he said, you're making me laugh. Hey, I'm not making you laugh, brother. That's that weed. Bruce on the weed. He blaming me for making him laugh. Yeah, but so just look into it. But like I said, just use Google or something like that. Probably use Google. But when you guys do any of these searches, if you're curious about like tomatoes or anything that you're curious about, just don't do it like you're scientific, like you're doing scientific research. Do it like you just don't know shit. And maybe even use the word aren't. Just put down, like, even if you go back to look at those grapes, um this, so you put cotton candy grapes aren't modified. Just put that. Like you're in shock, like you don't know. Because then the forum would try to teach you, like, well, I'm gonna teach you. But if you act like you already know, then you're not. And that, when I tell you this, that goes for all kinds of other searches too. If you really want to find out something, don't go in with too much intellect. Because if you go in with intellect, you're not gonna find it. You got to go in like it's like you've been fooled. Like, really? Or is that what happened? So that's the way you have to go in. That's the way you have to look at it. But if you go in acting like you're a scientist, and they're not going to give you the information. You're not going to find it. I'm just telling you. That's how good. I found some stuff that I wasn't supposed to find one time on the internet, and I tried to go back and look at it scientifically. I tried to find the information again, and I couldn't find the information. Yep. Because it was, what was it? In certain land patents, the Bureau of Land Management and stuff. So in certain areas in your, where you might live, they have land areas that are called certain things that you know don't belong here. That a lot of these things belong in other countries that you would have thought. But if you do the research, you will find out that the names of some of the things in some of the countries that are actually over here as cities, that the name of the country came after the name of the city over here. And I'm not trying to scramble you up by saying that, but I'm trying to keep us safe, because you know at certain points that they don't like me to say stuff. And then they'll take and ban us from different countries again. And it's not a heavy stream right now. I mean, you guys just had a few other people that popped in and out. They didn't say anything. But yeah, that's just a little bit of advice. Gil says sugar-free watermelon. Yeah. I don't know about the sugar free. Well, you're not gonna as long as you got some kind of fructose, it's not gonna ever be sugar free. But what happens with the watermelon, like the natural fruits, like most natural fruits are gonna have a sweet taste, but it's not gonna be overwhelming. It's not gonna make you like uh, uh, wrinkle your face up and close your eyes. Like, when something's too sweet, you go, oh man, it's too sweet. Nature doesn't do that to you. If man starts messing with it, then maybe so. I've been eating cause I eat a lot of mangoes. I love mangoes, and I have eaten some. I have eaten some mangoes that was like way. I'm like, wow, this is way sweet, but I like them in between. I don't like them. I like them not crunchy. I like them right when they're about to get soft. Not soft, but I like them right when they're about to get soft. And I like them sweet, but not like super sweet. Now grapes I like sweet. Now natural grapes are sweet. That's one of the sweet uh, fruits, and That's why you're able to make wine. You don't have to add no kind of sweetener or sugar. You make wine with the grapes, and you can actually make sweet wine with grapes. You know, because they use grapes on whole different seasons and stuff. I know a little bit about wine, and so they use grapes from different seasons. They have what they call the fall grapes, the early. You get the early grape wine, you get the fall, and then you actually have. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you actually have wines that are made after the winter or during the winter, which are the winter grape wines. So if you look for winter wines, it's sweet. You're not gonna get very much. Usually, when you got winter wines, they're gonna be in small bottles, and you're probably talking like high 20s, low 30s to start with when you get a winter wine. Yeah, that's how expensive it is. Like really expensive. And you figure you ain't really getting nothing. You're getting a real small bottle. Yeah. But I'm glad we talked about that though, um, about the different fruits and stuff like that. But hopefully, man, please, I hope if these things grow, really, I'm gonna get you guys some seeds, especially Bruce, get you guys some seeds out to you guys so you guys can check it out. Cause you guys are gonna be the only ones that's growing real watermelons in your area. Nobody else is gonna be growing real watermelons. And I'm not saying go and turn it into profit, but if you can, you can. But at least send me the seeds back. Send me some seeds too. Do I know how they get the seedless weed? Yeah, they do it. They do it the same way. Anything that's seedless is all those is like I said. They're all like they crossbreed them first. But they did other stuff with the weed though. They went in there and they lab made the weed to where the THC went way up. In the old days, there was seeds everywhere. You even needed a tray to catch them, yeah, or you needed a album cover. I know about that stuff, brother. The album cover, slide the weed up. Bruce, no, slide that weed up, get that weed and then once there's no seeds, you slide it off, and then you let those seeds go down. But that made it to where you can grow your own weed. When you had seeds like that, you can grow your own weed. Hmm? And the reason they took all them seeds out because them seeds used to explode too. My wife would plant them and grow them. Okay, that's what's up. That's how you do that, man. I would love to see them, man. You guys show me this at least. If you don't send me nothing, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check them. Like I will check them soon. If they germinate and everything, I'll send you guys the seeds. You guys grow them as big as you can grow them, and then tell me how you like them. You guys are gonna be happy. I know you guys probably gonna want to share with everybody else. Hopefully, I don't get in no kind of trouble from just even talking about sending you guys some real watermelon seeds because they were like, how in the hell do you get real watermelon seeds? They're all mad at me. Like, don't get mad at me because I got real watermelon seeds. I said the people want to have real stuff sometimes. Shit, God dang, we can't have nothing real no more. Everything got to be super sweet or just hybrided out to where. Well, that's the case too, brother. That's how they get rid of seeds too, though. Because if you hybrid everything out, then you can sell people all the fruit and vegetables because no seeds. So that's how they figured it out. You take a male of one species. I don't know if it works in all cases, but the male of one species mix it with the female of the other species, and then no seeds. Yep. Nope. They killed them. They killed the males and let the females uh, get gooey from not catching all the male the pollen there. It's called sensimil. Yeah, sensimil. Mexican word for sexless. Yeah, yeah. Sensimillion that came out. The sensimil came out in like the 70s. I'm familiar with that. Yeah, but yeah, they got different ways they do it though, brother. They got the one like you. That's a good point that you make right there. Yeah, but they do it different ways. Yep. Yep. But that's one way. So he's right about that. So they for the sensimilia, they do it one way. But they believe me, but they're doing the rest of it. They're doing it in labs. They don't do it that way no more. They don't do it that way no more. I mean, if you really want to, if you got the space and stuff at your house, if you got the space at your house, you can play with plants like that. You might end up with some really crazy shit. You might mix a squash with a watermelon, but who wants to? I mean, come on. If you do it enough times, but do you really want that? Because you don't know what it does inside. You know, your body. Your body's not designed to break down a squash watermelon. You know, just not good. It works with the weed. Okay. He said eyes are silent. Yep. Yeah, I used to hear about that when I was a kid. See, I got a patch in the backyard right now. One male can run a whole crop. Yeah, make sure you get that male up out of there, brother. He's gonna mess up my crop. I got my sesame meal out here, brother. Gonna mess up my. Hey, don't let it mess up your sesame meal, Bruce. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe we're gonna get. Maybe we're gonna get Sakura back in there. Maybe he is gonna fight Martin. But like I said, I don't like to report all this stuff because then you guys, I don't want nobody running back to me. Oh, you said such and such was fight. I don't know. I don't know if Earl's gonna fight somebody else or just fight Bud. I don't know. I don't know where Earl's career is because to me, I see that Earl has. He definitely had, like, the thing about it, he definitely has a neurological problem. I don't know if it's permanent. He definitely had that, before the fight. So, I don't know. I want these fighters to take care of themselves, man. It can't hurt us, but it's like, damn, man. All we're going to be saying is that's a damn shame that he got hurt like that, that he, kept fighting and got effed up. That's all we're going to say, man. Because I think we lost too many greats to trauma, like head trauma, and I think we lost too many of the real great ones. I think we lost too many of them to where they got older and I think wasn't even Sugar Ray Robinson. I think didn't he die in a bathtub or something like that, or I forget. I got all these stories, in here going through here. So a lot of our fighters we just lost in like this tragic ways. Besides like car accidents and all kinds of other stuff. So speaking of that, but Jack Johnson, he still had his faculties, and he was able to fight slicker fighters. Like he just walked off the street and was able to go into a gym and fight like a lightweight fighters. We talked about this before, and the guy couldn't lay a glove on him. But what we have to understand when you look at these old films, when they're fighting like this and throwing one or two punches, you got to realize that's what was allowed back then. If they had an Ali back in that time, Ali wouldn't have lasted long. You know what I mean? So a lot of people just don't understand that they had to take the steps in order to play certain sports. You got to take certain steps to get to the top. It's not like you can't do that, but you can't do that. If you do that, you might end up in a little bit of trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's a science, brother. It's a science. I grew plants a lot, but I'm not really into plants as much. I still take care of some plants, but I'm not into plants. I have a whole new idea of some things that I want to do. And Hopefully they'll be successful. Hopefully they will not get me in any kind of trouble for being more than what, for me thinking outside the box a little bit. I'll just keep it that way because I got more and more ideas about certain stuff. But we'll see how it works because I have to talk to somebody else about it. Some of my ideas have to talk to somebody else about it, like that there. But hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we get this Martin fight. Hopefully we get Earl back in. Hopefully we get, you guys love to see Monster. Hopefully we get him back in there. And looking forward to the Jamel. And if you guys in the track and field, you guys check that out too, though. I'm going with Noah Lyles. Hopefully Noah Lyles can get this 200 done. So that has to be coming up soon. Maybe it's this weekend, or maybe it's in a few days. I don't know what this. I gotta go look. I gotta look for it. Gotta look and see what it is. I want to see. I want to see the live race. You know what I mean? Curly was out of the semifinals in the 100. I don't know if anybody know that. Yeah, he was out of it. So definitely he didn't get to repeat. And Johan Blake's still running, but I think this will be his last year. He probably won't make it to. Yeah, he didn't make it to the Worlds. I don't think so. This probably his last. He's just doing it because they can get paid. So that's why these guys still run. People wonder why these runners and stuff run until late. Like Carl Lewis ran, he was a little bit older. The reason he ran is because he was like a rock star in other countries. Yeah. So they talking about Keith fighting Bud. So who else y'all said Keith was fighting? Keith fighting Earl, Keith fighting Bud, Keith fighting Shield. But one thing good for you, Gil, is they got, as right now, Keith's name is in a lot of people's mouth. You know what I mean? His name is in their mouth. So that could be a good thing, or it could be, not. It could be not a good thing. Well, the good thing is that you keep hearing about him. I mean, oh yeah, they're talking about Keith, but they don't. I mean, if it ends up not meaning nothing, then it's sad. It's like, yeah, they was talking about Keith, but Keith ain't doing shit. He ain't gonna fight nobody. Ain't nobody fighting Keith. Nobody young. These young guys coming up, they're not gonna fight Keith. They're just not. They're not gonna fight Keith Thurman. They're gonna let his ass sit on the shelf. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Make sure that you guys check it out. When you guys check out the vegetables and all that stuff, don't be such a freaking scientist and so smart when you guys go to check them out. But anyway, y'all know what it is. It's Monday, man. Y'all know how I do it, man. Nothing but blessings all the time, man. That's it, man. Oh, deep to the Bailey up in here. Y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.